Buying your wife a dishwasher for Christmas is lame, and other bad advice I have gotten. Hey everybody, it's Braden Chase, and welcome to another edition here of my daily video. It's nice to be here with you guys. Excuse me. I've been thinking about this actually for a little while, because I think it teaches an important point with, not just with business or marketing, but kind of just with life. And how things work and what's going on and how people are. And that's why I think this is important. So when I was in high school, a very close friend of mine told me this story, right? We were just walking around, it was about Christmas time. I think it was just after Christmas actually. And she came and she goes, "My dad got my mom a dishwasher for Christmas. And she was so mad. I mean, how lame is that?" And I'm just, I'm 16, 17 years old. I'm sitting there going, oh, dishwashers are cool. Okay, well, bad idea. Don't get dishwashers, I guess, right? And I've had that story in my mind now for, 16, 17, 18, many years, for a long time. I won't tell you how old I am, but for a long time. And that's been in me. I'm like, okay. Now I'm married, I have 4 kids, and it's been in my head like, okay, right now, my wife, we need a new blender. But I can't get a blender for Christmas because that's lame, right? Or I can't get her a food dehydrator for our anniversary because that's lame. And I can't do this because she's not going to like it, right? And I kept going through this thing because I had this memory, right? I had this story with my friend, and she hated it. And apparently her mother hated it. I'd never actually asked her mother if her mother hated it, but whatever. But in my head, I thought that. I thought that it was true because of this experience. Well, my friend was cool, and she told me that that was lame, so that must be lame, and I don't want my wife to think that I'm lame, so I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to get any kind of, kitchen appliance thing for my wife. What a terrible thing to do. And when I was growing up, it was also kind of a big thing, right? The kitchen is where you are, is the jail of women, right? You need to free women from the kitchen and so forth. And I, in some cases, I think that's very true. So I'm not going to knock that too hard. But the point that I want to share right now is that sometimes that actually isn't right. And let me tell you the story. So with myself and my wife, we have our oldest son has a diagnosis of autism. And for those of you who know very much about autism, it's very difficult and it's very time consuming and it's a lot of work and there's a lot going on with autism. In particular, our son, we took him through something called the GAPS diet. Now, the GAPS diet is a very restrictive diet and it's very complex. Take forever to explain the whole thing, but we went through this GAPS diet with him and we've had tremendous success. So much that he has now lost his diagnosis. He is no longer autistic, which is very cool and a great story for another video. If you're curious about that, I hope I can kind of hook you guys on that one. But part of this diet is that it's incredibly labor intensive, like unbelievably labor intensive, because almost everything in the diet is raw. It's natural, right? It has to be fresh. It has to be organic. So it's also a very expensive diet. It's not something that you can just go to the store and buy stuff. You can't. You have to make everything. We have made almond milk from organic almonds. How many people do you know who actually know how to do that, right? We've done it a lot, right? I mean, these things exist, right? And this is, and it's hours and hours of time. It's incredibly time consuming. Because of that diet and because of the treatment that we were taking our son through, I went to work to go earn money to pay for food, but then my wife spent literally 4 to 8 hours per day in the kitchen, cutting, preparing, cooking, all the stuff that I don't know the words for, sauteing and frying, I'm not a cook. I don't know these things. She's the cook, and she's a very good one. But she spent all of this time doing stuff. She had a knife and she's got a pot and some water, like very, very manual, very, very hard labor. And I'm like, oh, this is so hard. And I couldn't do anything about it. And I have this story going in my head. I can't ever buy kitchen things for my wife. I can't do that because it's lame. I can't buy kitchen things for my wife because it's lame. As I'm watching my own wife, watching her hands, watching her bleed from her knuckles, I can't buy kitchen things for my wife because that's putting my wife in the jail cell of the kitchen, right? I can't do that. I have all of these stories in my mind of these things that I've learned through my life that I can't do those things. And I would buy this little thing and I'd buy these things, but never for an anniversary, right? Never for a Christmas or never for any kind of an event or anything like that or a birthday. No, just, buy the thing or buy whatever. And I remember at one point, not too long ago, actually, I wanted to buy a Ninja for Christmas. This is a couple of years ago now. I wanted to buy one of the Ninja Foodies, right? It's like a pressure cooker and a dehydrator and a air crisper. It's really cool. But it was Christmas. And I'm like, I can't do that for Christmas because I have this story in my head. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's not right. She's going to think it's lame. I have to go get something romantic, right? Something playful, something that's not kitchen. So I didn't buy it. And then the next month, she was kind of mad at me because I didn't get one, and she really needed one because of all of the work that she was doing. And I didn't get it. And it was frustrating because now she had to keep doing all of this work. And she still didn't have very good tools to do the work that she needed to do. And I didn't buy it for her. And so I'm like, oh, this is so frustrating. And then they weren't on sale anymore. So now they're like $300 more expensive. They're really expensive. Like, what's going on? So I wait and I wait and I wait. And finally they go on sale in May again, a Ninja Foodie. And I'm like, okay, I'll get it for her birthday. I can't do that. It's a birthday. You can't get kitchen stuff for my wife on a birthday. That's not right. I have to do something not kitchen related because I have this story in my mind that I can't do that. And I finally sat back and said, no, my wife needs this. And I'm going to get it for her birthday because the birthday was like the next week or something. Like it has to be for her birthday. There's nothing else I can fit for. So get the thing. So I buy it and it shows up and she's ecstatic and happy about it because it's this amazing thing. And it has saved months, I don't know, of time, just tremendous amounts of time because it's a fantastic thing. This is not an advertisement for Foodie. Although it's cool. If you know how to use it, it's awesome. But this is not an advertisement for Foodie. The idea, though, that in my head, I indirectly and accidentally put my wife through more pain as I was trying to not cause problems in our relationship. Does that make sense, right? I mean, it's really weird psychology in my head. And it was all from this one story from one friend saying, buying a dishwasher for Christmas for your wife is lame. And it has affected me as I look back over my life. It has affected me now for years. And I'm very happy that I've been able to kind of break free of that and share this with you and kind of share my own stupidity with you and a little bit vulnerable with you guys right now. But I want you to understand this as well for yourselves. And for those of you who are starting businesses, for your customers as well. There are things that you have in your head that are holding you back from taking that step. The reason that you're afraid of doing X, Y, and Z is because you have some story, you have some experience, you have someone who got mad at you or who said something or made you afraid or something like that. There's something that made you go, oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, this could go wrong. Oh, that could explode in my face. Oh, this could cause a bad argument or whatever. And most of the time it's not true. In my head, for years, I said, my wife will not like it. My wife will not like it. I can't do it. And then I finally did it. And she loved it. So ha! Like you can't listen to all of those stories. For my friend, that's probably true. I would bet money that story is true. If her husband were to purchase something kitchen related for her birthday, she would probably be angry. But that's her. That's not my wife. And that's where the key is with you and with any of your customers that you're working with. Okay? Every person is different. We all share commonalities, but everybody has a different, not just story, but set of stories, set of experiences and background. And you need to be able to sit back and go, okay, where are they coming from? What is that perspective that they have? What are those stories that they're telling themselves that are holding them back? And how can I help them take that step forward so that they can actually progress in their life, right? Because that's what we're trying to do with our products, right? I don't help people who are just trying to turn dollars, right? Just trying to make money. We're trying to make money and have an impact. I'm trying to have income and impact, make money by helping people because we want to help people, right? That's how this works. And you have to be able to think a little bit, sometimes a lot, to get into the mind of your customer so that you can go, oh, I said it this way, and I bet that's triggering something in their mind to make them afraid. So let me change those words, or maybe change that picture, or maybe take this part out of my product and add this other thing in so I can balance these pieces. But how do you know what you're supposed to add or remove or subtract or change? You don't until you can get inside the mind of your client or your customer. It's their mind, it's their perspective that determines if those things are right or wrong or good or bad. Those things are what matter, right? Not, I'm the strategist, I'm going to figure this out because I'm brilliant. No, that's not how it works, right? You need to get inside their mind. You need to help them because that's the point. And the only way you can help them is if you understand who they are, the way they think, their background and their understanding. So that's kind of the message for tonight, right? Reach out of yourself and help them break those old stories that just aren't true anymore. Just like me, right? I had this old story for so many years that has actually caused problems. Now that I look back at my life, that has caused me problems, significant relationship problems with my wife and with other people. Then it's just not true. It might be true for some people, but it isn't for others. So be careful of blanketing certain beliefs across everybody because not everybody's the same. Okay, so that's kind of the message for tonight for yourself, for your business, for your customers, for your friendships, for your relationships, all of that stuff. Try and break through some of those false beliefs that you might be holding on to. And I hope that was helpful for you guys. Have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you another day. Bye.